In this video lesson, you're going to learn how to make a basic laser cut house using Inkscape. If you went to Google image search and found laser cut houses, you'll find tons of examples of laser cut houses. For our laser cutter in Inkscape, we have to set up the document to match the laser bed for cutting. So open Inkscape. Go to File, Document Properties. That menu might pop up somewhere weird. Change your display units and units here to inches. Make your width 18 by 11. Close that window. Go to View and make sure you're in the default view settings so that you get these tools up top, and then click on Zoom to Fit window. So if you've done CubiCraft or any other type of box paper modeling, you know that a box has at least 4 sides. So on the tool menu, click on the rectangle square tool and then click and drag a rectangle or square. Your rectangle or square might be full of color and it might have a different colored outline. In order to change that, click on this tool right here. That's Fill and Stroke. You have 3 tabs. You have the Fill tab, which you can turn on and off using the X or the solid button. So we want no fill. Stroke paint, we want that to actually have a fill or be colored. If your rectangle is curved, this little button right here will fix that. Oops. I like to make red lines because it represents cut in the laser cutter. In the stroke style tab, you can change the units to pixels and make a 1 pixel wide, or if you want to actually see it 2 pixels wide. You don't want it too thick because you don't want to overlap too much. If you click on the selector tool, which is the black arrow, you're then able to select your square, resize it. You'll also see that you have the width and height here. Okay. Once you decide on how tall you want one of your walls to be, that's going to be the same size across 4 of these. So you can right click, duplicate, or press Ctrl D and then move it over, and it'll snap to the corner. If this option right here says enable snapping, you can turn that on and off. You can enable snapping for several different options, like snap to corners. I think this is snap intersection. Snap to midpoints. I usually work with this off, but in this case I have it on. So I'm pressing Ctrl D. So now I have 4 walls. Okay. I'm going to click on the edit pass, click on this first box, and I'm going to make a triangle doing this path, object to path. That will turn this regular rectangle shape into lines I can edit. So if I move my mouse on top of this line and double click, I create what's called a node, and then on my keyboard, if I hold Control and drag this up, it'll stay centered. I'll click on my selector. I'm going to delete this right side, Control D, duplicate that, put that there. Now this will just, on the laser, it'll cut out, and then we have to assemble it using hot glue or other type of glue. Okay. You don't want to make a door right here because that'll just get cut out. If you want to make a door, draw a door below it, and then you can add windows, like little squares. Okay. If you want, so let's say this is the side of the house, you can add a window. Okay. So you can get real creative with this. Obviously it's going to need a roof, So there's space up here, so I'm going to draw a roof, which is just a very long rectangle. Let's see if I have an example already. House 1. Putting that up. Okay, so here's another example of what a house might look like for the cuts. This shape right here is for chimney. This is a door shape. These other shapes right here, like this is a frame. So if I wanted to frame these windows, what I'll do is I'll click on that window and duplicate it, and then just turn snapping off. Do something like this where I take both of those, duplicate them, move them down here. Let's resize it to make it look nicer. And then the laser will cut out this shape. Let me get rid of the shape. And then I'll have a square piece of cardboard with a hole in it that'll fit right over this window and make the appearance of like framed windows like you see in some of these examples. Some of these doors have engravings, like just horizontal and diagonal lines. You can cut out different types of square shapes and just glue them on top of your cardboard model to create all kinds of effects. Like this window right here, that's the shape of a stop sign. You can do that. There's lots of options here. There's really no restrictions on what you can do with the cardboard laser cutting houses. The only real restriction is your size limitation, because the laser bed is only 18 by 12. So once you have drawn out the outlines of your house, you're going to need to cut out your own piece of cardboard and then send me this file as a PDF. And once you do that, I'll load it up and cut your house out for you to assemble, and you'll have a nice presentation, nice 3D model.